This is the Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
I want to talk about, I got on a flight yesterday and absolute disaster. So first of all, I got to say
turbulence.
This. No, I sit in row 4 sometimes. If you're lucky enough to sit in row 4,
Isn't that business class?
No, it's not. It's the row behind business class. You get extra leg room. They're charging you now. How about all these extra fees you got to pay now to get seats?
What do you mean?
Seat selection.
Really?
I mean, exit rows now cost $35.
Yeah, they've put that up.
And they've done it with row 4 now as well. But every now and then I can snag one because I get the extra leg room. And as the plane landed yesterday, and there was a lady, quite posh. She was in business, and as I got up to go get my bag, she was staring at me. I'm thinking, what's she staring at me for?
Big Brother fan.
And I'm thinking, God, hey, did you vote for Trevor? Who did you vote for? And she said Merlin. And I said, are you okay? And she said, my hat's up there. I hope your bag hasn't gone onto my hat.
Watch my hat.
So I said, no, your hat's fine. Here it is. There's your hat. It was a beautiful fedora. I don't know hats. Anyway, when I was at the airport, right, I'm going up, mate. Escalators are starting to freak me out a little bit here as well. So we were talking about this before. Escalators go up, travelators.
That's right. They go across horizontal.
They go across horizontal, right? But escalators. Well, Tommy, didn't you just bring up as well that you're not supposed to wear Crocs on escalators or travelators?
Yeah, particularly at Sydney Airport, they had a lot of
there's
issues.
warning signs.
Last year, particularly kids, the Crocs are getting caught.
Careful of the Crocs on the elevators.
It's scary, right? So I'm going up an escalator. So I've got my carry-on bag, right? And you've got the handle that you pull up that you can actually, and then you wheel your carry-on bag. I get onto the escalator. I put my carry-on there with the handle up. Then I get my backpack out, and I had to put my sunnies in their case in my backpack.
Yeah.
So I put the sunnies in the case, put the backpack on. As I go to swing my backpack back onto my back, I've knocked my carry-on luggage.
Yeah. Oh, it's not tumbling, is it?
Down the escalator.
Oh.
And it's on the back of it, so it's nice and flat.
Yeah.
And it's picking up speed, and it's going down.
A bit like a roaring train.
I'm not joking. There's an old lady about 15 steps down, and I'm not joking, Whip, it's like slow motion. She could see it coming, and unfortunately she was elderly, so she just couldn't get out of the way.
No.
I've taken her legs out.
Oh, no. This was not the woman with the hat in her carry-on.
Oh, well, no.
You didn't deliberately throw your suitcase at a woman because of a hat incident. So is she okay?
No, well, I was so apologetic, and I said she was fine. She only needed her left leg amputated. The right one was fine.
And the escalator did that. And
there was I looked over, and there was so many people that sort of rushed over and said, "Are you okay?" She was tough. She was no, everything's fine. That's fine. And there was this one guy. I remember as I'm getting up, I felt so bad, and I could see this guy in the corner with just a smirk on his face. He thought it was the funniest thing he's ever seen.
And did you say, "Not funny, mate"?
It's not funny.
You should go and try and help her.
Did you video it? Because we could win.
Yeah,
funniest home videos with that one.
There could be a bit of coin in it. And did she get wheeled off in a wheelchair, or was she okay? Was she able to walk?
Escalators. We got to talk about escalators because they can attack sometimes.
We had Tash Belling on the phone on the show a while ago, and she had fallen down one. And the damage to her legs. You know how it's got those grooves in it?
Man, they're like
sort of
teeth.
Tongue and groove as it goes around the corner. She had those marks all the way down her leg. Unbelievable.
Have you been attacked by an escalator before?
Or Fitzy's suitcase.
What have you seen on a travelator, an escalator? Caroline in Ryde. What happened, Caroline?
So I was going down some escalators during my lunch break down at Barangaroo, and my skirt got caught in the side. I had to yell out for somebody at the bottom to press the emergency stop. And they came running to me, but we couldn't release my skirt as my skirt was then coming down my legs. I thought I was going to lose my skirt.
Oh,
yeah.
So someone had to come out from the shop next door and actually cut me out.
Oh, my God.
At the bottom of my skirt.
So, Caroline, you had underpants on, didn't you?
Thank God.
I'm just thinking, because imagine.
That day I did, at least.
It would have felt like you were about to be eaten. So it would have been like, oh, my God, if this skirt has to come off.
Yeah, it was a little bit embarrassing, yeah.
Wow. Luckily someone was there to the emergency button, because if you were down the bottom, it just would have been straight off, Caroline.
Gone.
Let's go.
That would have been a great video.
Julie in Menai, escalator attacks, Jules.
Yes, I was on the travelator at a shopping centre in South Village.
Yeah.
And I had a trolley full of shopping and the wheels didn't lock. You know, the shopping trolley wheels should lock. Didn't lock, so it took off.
Oh, no.
So I paced it and it got to the bottom and it flipped over and I flipped over the top of it. But there was glass plate windows at the end, so I had visions of it smashing through the glass plate windows. And again, luckily, there was no little child or elderly lady, but my kids actually want CCTV footage.
Yeah.
You know, Julie, I think about that. I think about that all the time. Even though the wheels lock up on the trolley, I always hold onto the handles, thinking, imagine if this thing ran. There's 100 kilos of food in here. I can't hold it.
Well, it locked. It actually locked initially, and I was putting my phone into my wallet.
Yeah.
And, I just sort of let go for a split second, and it took off, and I thought I had it. I thought my arms were going, and it just got to the bottom and flipped, and I went right over the top of it. I broke my right toe, big toe, and it bruised up the inside of my arm, but, survived.
Is it worth a bit of a laugh now, Julie? Time plus tragedy equals comedy?
Definitely. The kids call me Unco, you know.
Great. As long as they're ripping into you. That's good form. Great story, Julie.
Well done. Dominique in Lugano. Let's talk about escalators. What do you got, Dom?
Morning. I've had three separate incidents of kids' shoes getting stuck in a particular shopping centre in Sydney. Both of my kids 5 years apart, pulling their shoes out of their sort of crop-style shoes, pulling them out. Plus I was behind a third child, and it's like shoe and the sock were all stuck, and we're pulling out frantically, and everyone was screaming in the middle of the shopping centre, and the escalator's right in the middle, and it was nuts.
Dom, I'm trying to picture how a shoe gets caught in the escalator.
Well, it's those little teeth at the end,
Yeah,
mate.
but
It's got any of the shoes that have those kind of holes, like the Crocs in them, like any of that, because there's like sometimes you can get those kind of booty shoes, but they still got the hooks and they get caught in the escalator.
Right, and so you're talking about just where the escalator rolls over at the end, or are you talking about on the sides?
Right when it comes to the end, the scary bit for the kids.
It just goes to show. I think the most important lesson there is that even escalators hate Crocs.
Yeah. Escalators are doing their bit for the community by trying to eat the Crocs off the kids'
They actually
feet.
programmed the travelators to actually eat Crocs as soon as they see them. Go, quick, grab them.
Here's another pet. Take them.
Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie is a Nova podcast. For more great shows like this, download the Nova player via the App Store or Google Play.
The Nova Player.